This video is about review for quadratic function 2, 5a. The x-coordinate of the minimum point of a quadratic function is this. When you're talking about x-coordinate of a minimum point, which means x equals h, that is 1.25. Remember the h always equals negative b over 2a. When you're looking for a and b, use this h. The first question, find the value of k. Since this h equals negative b over 2a, for this function, we know a equals 2, b equals k. Therefore, h equals negative b over 2a, that would be negative k over 2 times 2. That equals 1.25. Therefore, negative k over 4 equals 1.25. We multiply by 4 both sides. You will get the negative k equals 5. K equals negative 5. So we have k equals negative 5. In other words, the function will be 2x squared minus 5x plus 4. Second one, calculate the y-coordinate of these minimum points. Minimum points, remember that's hk. K equals f of h. So we plug in 1.25 to this function, you will get k. So we write down k equals f of 1.25, which means 2 times 1.25 squared minus 5 times 1.25. Then you need to plus 4. We put into graphing calculator, you will get 0.875. In other words, the vertex, that is 1.25 and 0.875. Then ask you sketch the graph of y equals fx for the domain -1 to this 3. You need to figure out the key points, and we know the y-intercept, that is 0, 4. Check x-intercept from a graphing calculator. You will find no x-intercept. Therefore, we will find the axis of symmetry, that's x equals 1.25. Over here. That is x equals 1.25. The vertex will be 1.25 and 0.875. Yeah, let's make this one is 1.25, 0.875. The y-intercept is 0, 4. This is 3. So let's estimate this is 4. According to the symmetric line, I can get this point. Make sure this is the same distance. Then you connect these 3 points. That's it. Let's go to 6a. The following is a graph of the quadratic function y equals f of x. Write down the solution to the equation f of x equals to 0, which means these two are the solutions. So x1 equals 0, x2 equals 4. Write down the equation of axis of symmetry. X equals h, x1 plus x2 over 2. Therefore, you will get that 0 plus 4 over 2 equals 2. X equals 2 will be the axis of symmetry. It will be in the middle between 0 and 4. X equals 2. For 6c, the equation f of x equals 12 has two solutions. One of these solutions is x equals 6. Use the symmetry of the graph to find the other solution. I will draw y equals 12. Assume this is y equals 12. Then here, intersect, it will be x equals 6. Another solution will be here. It will be the same distance. This is 2. So the distance here is 4. This will be 4. Therefore, here's a negative 2. How you get this negative 2? You can use 2 minus this 4. So you get the negative 2. Because from this 2, you move 4 units. That's why you use 2 minus 4, get this negative 2. The other solution, x2, will be negative 2. The minimum value for y is negative 4. Write down the range of f of x. Minimum value, which means k equals negative 4. It's this point. That you have 2, negative 4. Since this point is minimum, therefore, for the range, we can write down y greater than equals to negative 4. This will be range. For the quadratic function, either you have y greater than equals to k, or you have y less than equals to k. When k is a minimum, we use this. When k is a maximum, we use this for the range of a quadratic function. Let's go to 8a. Sketch the graph of y equals 2x for x greater than equals to negative 2 and less than equal to 3. Indicate clearly where the curve intersects the y-axis. If you go to graphing calculator, then you will figure out when x equals negative 2, you will get the 2 to the negative second power, that's 0.25. When f of 3, you will get 2 to the third power equals 8. F of 0, you will get 2 to the 0 power equals 1. Therefore, you get these 3 points, then connect them. For exponential function, we have y equals a times b to the x power plus c. Then the asymptote line, this is a horizontal asymptote line, will be y equals c. Therefore, for this, y equals 2 to the x power. C will be 0, so y equals 0. This will be the asymptote line. So we write down y equals 0 for 8b. Let's go to 8c. On the same axis, sketch the graph of y equals 3 plus 2x minus x squared. Indicate clearly where this curve intersects the x and the y axis. Let's write down negative x squared plus 2x plus 3. From the graphing calculator, you will figure out the key points like maximum, like x-intercept, and also y-intercept. Y-intercept, that's 0, 3, that's C. For the x-intercept, from a graphing calculator, you will get 3, 0, negative 1, 0. Maximum point will be 1 and 4. Let's plot these 3 key points. Then you will connect these key points. Remember, when you sketch any quadratic function, you have to show 3 key points: maximum or minimum, x-intercept, and y-intercept. Then for 8D, using your graphing calculator, solve equation this. So label here's y1, here's y2. So you will get the intersection. From a graphing calculator, you will get these 2 intersections. Therefore, the solution will be x1 equals negative 0.857, x2 equals 1.77. 8e, write down the maximum value of the function this. We already got y equals to 4. For 8f, use a differential calculator to verify your answer to E is correct. How to verify this point is a maximum point? First of all, you will get the derivative of f of x, which means negative x squared we do derivative, plus 2x do the derivative, then plus 3 do derivative. Using the formula x to the nth power do the derivative, that is n x n minus 1. Use this formula. Then here you will get negative 2x plus 2. This will be 0. This is the first step. Second step, you will set up a derivative function equals to 0, which means negative 2x plus 2 equal to 0. So x equals 1. Then the third step, you plug in 1 into the function. You will get negative 1 squared plus 2 times 1 plus 3. That is 4. So we use these 3 steps to verify this is a maximum value. That's 4. Let's go to AG. The curve y equals px squared plus qx minus 4 passing through this point. Use the above information to write down the equation in P and Q. Here's x, y, we just need to plug in. So you get the negative 10 equals P times 2 squared plus Q times 2 minus 4. So you have 4P plus 2Q minus 4. Here's a negative 10. Then add 4 both sides. You will get negative 6 equals 4P plus 2Q. Then you divide it by 2 both sides. you will get negative 3 equals 2p plus q. This will be the equation. That's 2p plus q equals negative 3. 8h, the gradient of a curve y equals px squared plus qx minus 4 at the point 2, negative 10 is 1. Find the derivative dy by dx. Let's do this way. So you have dy by dx equals, drop down this 2, that's 2px plus q. For 8i, find the second equation in p and q. We use this information. We know that f prime of 2 equals 1. F prime of 2, you will plug 2 into this equation. Therefore, you have 2p times 2 plus q equals 1. So we have 4p plus q equals 1. 4p plus q equals to 1. This will be the second equation about p and q. Then last question, we need to figure out p and q. So 2p plus q equals negative 3. 4p plus q equals to 1. You can do by matrix 2, 1, negative 3, and 4, 1, 1. Then go to RREF. You will get the solution. You will get a p equals 2 and a q equals negative 7. Or you can do algebraically, since q, we can do subtraction. 2p minus 4p, that's negative 2p, equals negative 3 minus 1, that's negative 4. Therefore, p equals 2. And you can plug into the first equation. 2 times 2 plus q equals negative 3. 4 plus q equals to negative 3. Therefore, q equals negative 7. Because subtract 4 both sides.